23.4. It is middle of August. I am starting on the Nancy Pond Trail, and all is well. It's about noon, and what surprises me is these other cars here from Massachusetts, Vermont, and Florida. You can't camp in the purple section, but you may camp over here in the blue area. You can look at this riverbed and imagine a torrent of water coming down in the spring, perhaps. Not today. It's just a little bit of water. We are a little more than 1 mile up the trail, and there's a bit of a lookout to the side. Just back there were some trees over the trail intentionally, like, don't go this way, go the new way. And I'm not sure, but the new way might be across here, over there. With today's conditions, it was a quite easy step over. Wow, this is so interesting. You can see a line of erosion there. And these rocks here, it looks like a bulldozer has come to shape the trail, but I have a feeling it was just water that did this. Wow, this actually startled me. I looked up from my step and I saw this massive shape. It's hard to show how big it is, but you could easily sit in there, except there's something else in there. Inside is another bucket. Oh, what is that? So, and there's some kind of pipe coming out. Some people think you should clean all this up, throw it all in the dumpster, get it out of here. But I think it's so interesting. It's a relic of another era, and I might like to see a little plaque here saying what the heck this thing is. Beautiful rock stairway and a sign that says switchback in the form of an arrow. Let's go up there. Coming up the trail, you hear some water. I lost the trail. I think maybe I crossed the water. Yeah, over there. Yeah, that is so beautiful. Better than I expected. Wow. It's very steep. Oh, there's a little pool down at the bottom. I bet this tree has enjoyed this spot for a long time. I would like to enjoy this spot for a long time too, but I don't think you're allowed to camp right here, so I press on. The trail winds up toward the top of the waterfall. Or maybe this is the middle. Yeah, that pool is not the same pool. There's another bigger drop off over there. Goes way down there. I think I see Stairs Mountain over there. Don't let this easy part of the trail fool you, because I've been working hard going up steep sections, zigzagging alongside the waterfall. But at this point in my day, I have met all of the day hikers, accounting for all of the cars in the parking lot. The terrain has changed. I am up on a plateau. That's probably not what it is technically. But I know there's going to be 2 lakes, ponds, whatever they are. And you can get a feel for it already. You know, I've accomplished all my goals for the summer. And we've had such hot weather that I've stopped training. I've changed to just riding my bike almost every day because it's cooler than walking and hiking. And I go to the gym, which is air conditioned. But those things are not the same as back in the spring when I was increasing my mileage walking or doing easier hikes and closer to my house. And I had goals and I was motivated. Now I'm not, because I just have the finale feeling like I don't have any other plans. I didn't even want to come here, but I knew that was a myth, a mirage. I stopped to record these birds for a moment. Golden crowned kinglets. Quite a surprise because I've only heard about 3 birds the entire hike, and they were at different elevations, like in different zones, and none of these. Very sweet sounds they are making. Oh, I heard a chickadee also. Oh my goodness. What am I doing? Get out of the mud. Oh. What am I doing? Why am I stepping there? I'm looking at the first pond. It is so quiet. Doesn't that look like a moosey meadow? The guys said they found a little bit smoldering fire and put it out, but I don't think it was this one. I'm trying to be quiet, but I seem so loud compared to everything around me. This is so awesome. All right. Camp at designated sites or 200 feet away from trails. Designated sites have a tent symbol. Okay, that's what I'm going to do. There's probably not going to be a designated site. So 200 feet away from trails. And it didn't say water, but that's usually a wilderness rule, isn't it? Wow, this can be so confusing. So, being a friend of the forest, and I wish I had a ranger as a friend, like behind the scenes, to explain all this to me better. But I know they don't like to have signs in the wilderness too much, but that little tent symbol, wooden sign that sometimes you find, if they just told us where that was. Oh, is that Mount Nancy over there? It's way bigger than I expected. If I was in charge, I would make the legal choice, the right choice camp spot easier to find. Like on that map at the beginning, it never tells you. Here is the second pond. This is blocked off, and it looks like a regular trail. It looks completely tramped down. And this area, I must be coming to the area, which I guess by word of mouth, people, oh, I smell fire. doesn't look like it's on fire, but I smell it. I guess I might just smell like charcoal. Those other hikers I saw earlier said they thought this fire was still smoldering a bit, and I don't know if it is now. I don't think it was smoldering at this point, but the scent easily catches on the wind and blows us away, so just might as well add extra water. Why not? And I can get that trash. But it's still obviously a human place, right? So let's just see what else I can find, because I really do want to camp around here. Where you look out toward the Bonds Mountains. It's so cool to me that probably the Gio campsite is right over there. And I camped there looking out this way. And now I'm over here looking out that way. Maybe I can go look at it from here. Wow. Coming up this large slab of rock. And then I see the water at the level which is my head. That is a sharp-shinned hawk. We get those at my house. Well, we get one, and he tries to eat the other birds. I would like to camp on this rock right here. I decided what I want to do first is eat something. Now that I'm up here by all this water, I can easily say I didn't have to carry this all the way up here, but I did just to be sure I had water. And that one with electrolytes, which I've been drinking. Up there is Mount Nancy. I don't think I'm going up there. I don't think I care about every single summit anymore. Of course I want to camp there because it's right next to this view of the lake pond and also that view of the mountains. However, let's be honest. This camp spot is right on the edge of the water and right near the edge of the trail. It is not 200 feet from either one. Okay, it is almost 5 o'clock. I had that dinner a little early. That's fine, because I had an early lunch. So now I'm crossing this to have a look over at the Nancy Mountain Trail area. Should I keep going? This is much better, right? I mean, I think I can camp here. Yep, so someone had a cool fire there, but it's all quiet. It's all put out. Somebody's coming. I'm too far away to see it, but there are 2 people swimming in the pond. Now is the time when I'd like to take a rest in my sleeping bag until sunset time, but I'm just too curious to know if there are still people down at the lake, so I'll have to go look, I think. I wouldn't be able to see them from here because their voices are coming from around there. Okay, I went down there and I met them, a nice young couple, and they are going to backpack, stay overnight as well. We came in all this way to see this place, and they said, yeah, we could barely almost see our tent from the trail. And I was like, what? Because, that way, where is the trail? In other words, it's probably not 200 feet from the trail this way, but it is that way for sure. But I think the important thing here is the water, that I'm pretty dang far away from the water, and I certainly tried. I don't know, I wonder if there's more if you keep going, but no, I'm all set up. I know they thought this was a legal spot. At my house lately, it's been 90 degrees. What a difference. It's so quiet. You can't hear any bird. Okay, I'm all cleaned up, and I'm going to head back over to the pond for breakfast. Hooray, my bear can was undisturbed in the night. I was hoping that after breakfast, Mount Nancy would look more appealing, but it doesn't. It still looks like extra effort for no particular reason. Well, I came back by the camp because I decided I should carry out this somebody's solar charger, even though I don't know if you should carry stuff out or not, but and it's kind of heavy. I don't know, but I'll carry it back to the trailhead and leave it there. I'm on my way. I feel only 10% guilty not hiking Mount Nancy because I don't want that to be a precedent and then I never hike any summits again out of laziness. think that'll be true. It was a very quiet night, except that at 1 a.m. the beaver was slapping his tail for some reason. It sounded like he was down that way. I think the beaver lodge is over there. But I did not get out of the tent to go investigate at all. It was so dark. Dark and silent. The other backpackers are still in their tent as I left. But they have a big plan. They are going to continue into the wilderness and go hike Carrigan today. Sounds awesome. I'm just about to descend the rocky waterfall section. I hear a nuthatch family. It's so pleasant. This waterfall section is definitely steep, but there wasn't anything particularly terrifying. Hooray, it's like seeing an old friend. Way back up there by the bright part in the waterfall, I decided it might be okay to cross there. And I assumed there'd be a trail on this side, only I couldn't find one and it was treacherous. So I've basically rock climbed, down climbed this hole. And now I just have this much to go to get back to the trail. What was so cool about this place is how much the water has shaped the terrain. Massive rocks, all in a jumble. Signs of huge amounts of water, not just here, but on the side and the side and building up. Also, I was up there, way up there, and it leveled out, and there were ponds up there. And then Mount Nancy was even higher. Lost and found. This is the end of the hike. I'm glad I went.